authentic and she keep it raw for the most part. And I like that because I'm the same type of dude. I like her.
Fooley's a loser. I don't want to be tied up to you too tight. I don't like being attached.
You got to be tight. We got to be tight to get this job done. I love.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black, but you know what time it is. Yes, I'm back. Oh, baby. Yes, I'm back. Oh, I'm feeling blue. I'm feeling blue. All right, cool. That's enough. All right, listen, we're talking to you guys about Love Locked. I always keep saying it. Love Locked, Love Locked, Locked, Loved. You know what I mean. You know what show I'm talking about. Episode 2, babe. Listen, we're talking about Tokyo and Foley's date. We might even step into a little bit of Ayo and Ashley's date as well whilst we're here. But there was a lot going on in this particular date that I wanted to break down for you and get deeper. Do you know what I mean? This is part 2. If you watch part 1, go watch it when I spoke about the table. But this is part 2, and I want to go a little bit more deeper for you guys to get a bit more juice out of this show. Now, if you're new to the channel, do me a massive favor. Look, we're trying to hit 100k right now. I need you to like it. I need you to share it. I need you to subscribe, okay, to this channel. And then I need you, okay, click on the bell button for notification of the what? Uploads. For those of you who are returnees, already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Yes, I'm feeling it, man. You know when you've recovered after illness, man, you're just feeling good. You know what I mean? I've recovered. I'm feeling what? I'm feeling good. This is probably where I lost a few subscribers. They're like, he sings too much. It is what it is, baby. Let's get into the show. Anyway, before we go, wait, before I do, I need to let the outro go.
Little Black, you know what time it is.
Yes, guys, stay hydrated because the streets out there are hot. All right, cool. Listen, let's get into the video. You just heard our dear sis say that she thinks Foley is an idiot. Sorry, foolish. Yeah, speak. But let's break it down back from over here. Let's listen to what Foley's gonna say.
You feel what I'm saying? I definitely gravitate to Tokyo a lot because she authentic and she keep it raw for the most part. And I like that because I'm the same type of dude.
Now, Foley makes it very, very clear. Listen, he's drawn to Tokyo, and he said this from episode 1. He's drawn to Tokyo because she's authentic. She keep it real. She talks her truth. All right. That's great. He's got positive qualities to say. Okay. All right. Now, listen to what she's going to say about him.
I like her.
Fooley's a loser. I don't want to be tied up to you too tight. I don't like being attached.
Number 2, I want to make it very clear. When she said he's a loser, that was peak and that was painful. But I think what was even more interesting is what she said during that little scene where they're putting on the band. I knew from before she even said the loser part, I already felt like she's not going to like him, right? Because he doesn't have that energy that she likes, right? She likes a J. She'll probably end up liking Naheem. She likes those men that carry a very heavy masculine energy, almost F-boy energy kind of rights, right? Because they have assertiveness, they got an air of surprise about them, they keep things funky and fresh, they won't get taken for idiot, they don't worship women. Those kind of man them there, listen, that's the kind of man she like. Plus she liked to play a little game. And the problem with her and Foley is she already conquered Foley. There is no game with Foley because she's conquered him already. She's on another level, blood. Crash Bandicoot, Donkey Kong ting, Mario Kart ting, Super Mario 64 ting. She's on a different level. You understand? Yeah, she's not on the same level as Foley. The games that she's playing, he ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? He's still playing tic-tac-toe while my girl's out here playing chess. You feel me? So she's not on the same level as Foley, which is why this disrespect happens, right? I want you to pay attention to this part here. I'm going to go slightly back. I want you to listen to what she says.
The loser. I don't want to be tied up to you too tight. I don't like being attached.
She says, I don't want to be tied to you too tight. I don't like being attached. Correction. I don't like being attached to you. Remember, she does exactly what men do. I'm not ready for a relationship, but miss the last part out. To you, because then they go and end up getting into a relationship with another girl 2-3 months down the line. You're like, how the hell? Because it's you. Okay, it's not darling. Hear me very carefully, very carefully. Man, hear me very carefully. Okay, when she says she'll not be tied up next to you, more than likely it's to you. Okay, don't get twisted. She might not like being tied up next to anybody. She might have she might have physical boundaries that she don't like being breached, right? But she doesn't like being near you, right? And all the facial expression. If you watch her, she's making this facial expression to the camera. She knows what the camera is.
To be tight, we got to be tight to get this job done.
She knows exactly what the camera is. Old sis out here knows exactly what she's doing. She knows what the camera is. She's smart.
I love to cook. It's like they're
so. I want to move on to the next part. This part here where they began speaking. Let me get this point here. It's gonna be so interesting.
Right
What's this?
things, but they're just not hitting me.
I think we need a bit more baking soda.
Nah, we don't need no more of that,
I
baby.
think we need a little bit more.
That was too much baking soda.
Now, here's the thing, right? I want you to understand something. When she threw the baking soda into the cake, she intentionally overthrew too much baking soda. She was sabotaging. And what's really interesting about this is we can make deductions about this. Listen, I think she's playing a character anyway, but we can make some really big deductions about this situation, simply about baking powder being thrown into a cake. Here's how. Well, first and foremost, I believe she understood how much baking powder she had to put in. When I say understood, meaning that there is a limit to how much you should put in. Like baking powder, really, you don't have to. You should not be leveling a plate of baking powder into your cake, especially when the batch is that small. First and foremost, right? But secondly, I truly believe the reason why the cake situation became the way it was is because she was literally trying to sabotage the cake and any thoughts of Foley trying to get close to her. Right now, I know we see what later on happens in the dinner table, but I'm going to assure you, unless this girl is thinking about using him, I don't see her liking Foley at all. Right? Although he could be up her alley, you know what I'm saying? It does happen. Rarities of things happen. So when she was throwing the baking powder in, it was really about making sure that this task fails. I do not want the cake to flourish because that's how it represents our relationship. If the cake fails, we have failed because I don't like you like that. Right? Now it sounds a bit far-fetched and wild. It's like, right, how are you making deductions about a cake and stuff? Hold on a minute, baby. Let's get there. Trust me, hold on a minute. Hold your horses. Okay, let's just go here a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of a joke here.
Get into it. Get into all that. Check this. Look. You got to learn.
Yeah, that cake is looking a bit watery still.
Man, that thing look watered down.
You got to learn something.
What the hell is that?
Okay, that don't even look like cake batter.
Now, the cake don't look too good. I'm not going to lie to you, right? The cake don't look good at all. But let's fast forward now. They got to here.
Mom, I smell.
Is you serious?
What the? What is that? What the hell is this?
Now, I told you not to put that much baking soda in.
I want to pause there. Foley did tell her not to put that much baking soda in, but he allowed her to do it. I want to let you know, listen, as a man, listen, I've always said this to you, man, them know this already about my channel. I've said this to you. Listen, you never marry. You listen to me very carefully. Man, them, you never marry a woman that does not respect you. Plain and simple. Because how you interpret love is through respect. As a man. Right? As well as the love languages, yes. But you interpret it through respect. Okay? So if now you I'm saying there are different types of relationships out there, please, I want you to understand this, there are different types of relationships out here. I'm all for, submission and in both directions, biblically speaking. It isn't actually it's in both directions, just in different ways. But when Foley was saying it, first of all, he didn't say it with his chest. Okay, number two, I believe honestly that if he had a bit more chest about him, right, a little bit more dominance, a little bit more assertiveness upon his chest, upon the vocals, okay, upon the tone, right, she might have had to respect. I say might have had to respect the direction they were going in. The problem was he was allowing her to drive the direction. Now here's the thing. If he then tried to direct it and drive the direction and they bumped heads, more than likely, maybe you might not be the right type of relationship, right? Because it should be complementary, right? And it goes both ways. When I'm talking about respect, when I'm talking about listening to one another, it goes both ways. But she doesn't respect him. So I already knew that the moment she was pouring the baking powder, he should have told her, listen, hey, stop. Why are we doing that? Stop. Like, that's not. That's too much baking powder. You knew it, but you didn't say it with your chest. I saw some trousers up in there. You don't need to see them trousers, baby. You understand? All right, cool. So let's get that back into play. So, yeah. So you saw obviously how. Oh my gosh! I turned the camera. You saw obviously how. Foley Foley knew it, but didn't say it with his chest. Didn't say it outright, and that's important because if you know it to be the right direction, bro, you gotta say it. But he didn't, and that's an indication of what will happen in future relationships, because you need to find your voice. You got to know that, listen, if I say this If I say this and I know it's the right direction to go, how do I say it across so we know what direction we're going in? Now, I'm not saying drag the person. What I'm saying to you is you got to say it with a bit more intention and say it with a bit more assertiveness, believing what you're saying. If you knew the baking powder was too much, sir, say it. Now we've got a cake that's flat, right? And there are going to be times in a relationship, I'm talking to the men specifically, where you will say it and she won't heed you. That's normal, right? It's normal. But if you're having to fight that every single time when you say something, she doesn't hear the instruction or the direction, or doesn't hear that we should go left or go right, and vice versa. If you're not going to listen to your vice captain, the person who's next to you that's able to see and tell you, listen, babe, I don't know if that's the right way to go about it, and you never listen to her advice, why have you got her there? You're wasting time, you're wasting energy, and you're wasting personnel, right? But he didn't say anything. Cool.
Tell you something. It was my ancestors, not me. My ancestors teach me how to cook, okay? All I have to do is just close my eyes and just hear them. Like, oh, they tell me when to stop.
Really want that cake. That's the cake right there.
You know, poor dad, he tried to blame it on me, but I don't think he deserved the cake anyway.
Pause. So, she says, he tried to blame it on me, but he didn't deserve a cake anyway. Where is the responsibility, sis? When he told you not to pour the baking powder in, he didn't say it was chest, yeah, but he told you, you decided to push on and put the baking powder in, irrespective. So where is the accountability or responsibility that you should take for this mistake? The cake is now flat. Where is responsibility? These are indications like this, in these little moments and these tasks, of what kind of partner you'll have in future. If you can't take responsibility for actions now, you will never take it in future. This is why we have to pay attention to people that we're talking to, pay attention to how they act, pay attention to things that go on between the two of you, because they're indications of the future. I spoke a little bit earlier on. I did my Will Smith video, and I said to you guys about how Will Smith ignored a blatant red flag for him, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but ignored a difference of ideology. Sorry, not red flag, ideology. Where Jada grew up from a place where she didn't see traditional marriage, and she didn't want to be in one. So then why put her in a traditional marriage? These are things that are happening at the very beginning of a relationship. Do not ignore those signs. Don't ignore them. Okay? Do not ignore them. Alright? She's not taking responsibility about this cake. She won't take it in future.
So I offered him what I felt like he deserved. I mean, I can make you a bowl of cereal. You don't want no cup noodles?
I'm worth more than that.
Looks like none of these cakes turned out to be edible. It was not given what it was supposed to give. Let's move on to dinner, where hopefully the singles can have some.
All right, cool. So that was Tokyo and Foley's particular day. I want to move a little bit further on, because now we've got this scene which is really important, where it was a conversation between, not even a conversation, but observation that I saw with Foley and oh god, Tokyo, right? But it was just really interesting to see something like this, because I'm talking about how I believe in their relationship, he will end up being the person behind Tokyo. He will be following her lead every single time, right? He will follow her every single time. Watch the entrance even, right? How they enter this. See who leads the entrance, right? Let me just get this.
Smooching going on earlier.
Sorry, here you go.
Hey y'all, Cardi B and Offset here.
Who's leading? Who's leading? Who's leading? It's very intentional. Body language like this is very intentional. It speaks a lot about the kind of personalities that you have within a relationship dynamic, right? She's holding his hand and pulling him in. Now, we know she's an extrovert. We know she's energetic, high energy. But she's not going to be behind Foley. Now, could she do this to Jay? Maybe. But would she be holding his hand probably like that? Probably not. She might be running in front. But he would be like, here's what it is. I don't really give a damn. She can run in front. But he would still have a level of control. He's not going to be pulled along into the place. Now, I'm saying that because it's not necessarily she's bad or good. I'm saying in the sense of how relationship dynamic is. With Foley, she finds herself leading, and she finds herself taking over, and she finds herself telling him what, where, and how. I want to show you another clip with Foley and thing, just to prove what I'm talking about, how she will end up leading this relationship and he will allow it because he hasn't got strong, assertive energy. Okay? All right? Let's see. Look at this. Watch this.
It's not there. It's for sure not there. Beginning of the date, I was already like, okay, he already got his connection. I already got mine.
Did we expand on that? Or did we?
Elaborate.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wrong clip, guys. I apologize. Here we go.
Kelsey fighting over me because you know I'm a hot commodity.
How you feel about what he just said?
Be honest.
And then we're going to get to you next.
So now Foley's directing the conversations. He's like, listen, how did you feel about that? Okay, yeah. Now we're gonna get to you next. Don't you worry. You sit tight. You keep tight, cause we're gonna get to you. Don't you worry over there. Okay? But he's directing things right now, right? He's directing the conversations. I want you to listen to what Tokyo's going to do, right? As soon as she sees him trying to have any level of direction or power in this group, look what she goes to do. Now, like I said this, you can't do this to every man. A lot of man will never have it, right? What she's doing to Foley is equivalent to what Ashley tried to do to Ayo, but Ayo was like, okay, we're not going to do that game, right? And spoke what he needed to speak. But watch what Foley's about to do. Man, I want you to pay attention. Your level of assertiveness is important because it puts you in positions like this. Forget beta male. If you're going to end up being a slave, don't worship women. Yeah? Listen, watch this.
Who was you supposed to be? Sit down. Sit your butt back. Go ahead, Major.
Okay.
It's on you.
Ooh.
So, hold on a minute. Was he not just speaking? She was like, oh, who told you can start directing? Who told you can start leveling things and start moving things aside? Who told you can do that? Please. Yeah, go ahead. You speak. So basically, she's taken over. I said you can't do that to every man. Because every man will... Are you all right? Is your brain working inside of your head? Who are you talking to? And who are you trying to take over? Right? So what's going to happen is she'll either submit to that assertive energy or they bump heads and he never wants to be there. Because most men, when they grow up and become more wiser, they don't want to bump heads with their wife. They don't want to choose a woman that's going to consistently be bumping heads with them. We want peace. We don't want war. We want peace. You understand?
Yes.
Micah, you're...
And did you hear? She just shushed him. Did you hear her just? Let me play it back for you guys in case your brain missed it.
It's on you.
Ooh.
Yes.
Micah, you're...
Why is she shushing him? Why? He was directing conversation, seemed to be fine, doing a great job. Yeah, instigating as he needed to instigate. He was doing a great job. Why are you shushing him and why are you taking over? Because it has to be the Tokyo show.
You're a really nice Makai. It's not a reflection. It's not a
Poor kid Makai. Poor kid Makai. They got sent to the shallow realms. I want to just show you something back. So I just slightly missed it. So I'll focus on the keep quiet part. I want you to focus. Look at the body language where he is now, but look where he ends up.
Who was you supposed to be? Sit down.
I want to make it bigger so you can see it. Okay. I want you to pay attention to where his hand ends up.
Sit your butt back. Go ahead, Major.
Okay.
It's on you.
Look where he is now. Back behind Tokyo. Okay? Like, listen, he might be thinking he's winning because he's getting a little bit of action. He might be thinking he's winning because he has to take a back seat and he's kind of getting a piece of Tokyo. I'm telling you, bruh, ain't going to last long. Don't get gassed because you got a little piece. I mean, peace by the fact that you've got her in your arm right now. It means nothing. He's actually behind her. So he's gone from being aside her to talk about things to now being right behind her. Now, if this was already a situation where they had already expressed their feelings towards one another and they already were in a relationship, I might look at things differently and see things in a different motive. But it's gone from aside her to behind her. And that's very intentional. What he's saying is, I'm taking a back seat and you do your thing, Tokyo. She shut him up, shushed him, took over, and then he sat back and leading. Now, good or bad is up to you. I'm just pointing out behaviors. Do you know what I'm saying? It's neither good or bad. It's neither here or there. But it's up to you. How would you know what I'm saying, for Tokyo and Foolish? If that's the type of relationship you want, cool. I just personally think that, bro, if you stay in that situation, she's gonna probably end up disrespecting you and cheat on your ass. Okay, all right, because you've given her no boundary in your behavior. We tell people how to treat us, right? And this is the future you want. Let me not say anything. Let me leave that part there. We're gonna drop a third part where we talk about Jay, Kelsey, and Ashley's situation with Ayo as well, and break all that the way down. Appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded, and more love. Oh, wrong things there, because I pressed the wrong button out here, because it's gonna be mad out here.
You know what time